Good morning, children. I hope you are following the lesson matter. In the last class, we learnt matter and its states, the three states of matter. And I gave you few questions to complete it in your copy. I hope you have completed it. Let's continue today. In the first page, one more point you should know, that is about John Dalton. Who is he? John Dalton was the first chemist who used the term atom for the tiniest particles of elements. What are elements? I explained. The pure substances are called elements, and every element is made up of atom, that is the tiniest particle of element. Atom is termed by John Dalton, and he was the one who put forward the atomic theory. About atomic theory we will learn in the other lesson, atomic structure. There we will learn more about John Dalton, but you should know about John Dalton when you learn about matter. Now, the second part of the lesson is properties of solid, liquids and gases. Today we learn about the properties of solid. We all know that solids have definite shape and fixed volume. So there are so many examples for solid. This pen is a solid, and this sponge is a solid, and book is solid, chair is solid, and we know all the solids have a definite shape and fixed volume. Volume means the space it takes. Here some properties are given in your book. If you have your book, turn to page number 12, and those who are not bought the book yet, I sent 2 pages of this book, so you can look into the page number 12. There the properties of solids are given. Today we will learn about the properties of solid. Properties of solids: wood, coal, stone, glass, iron, copper, gold and ice are some common examples of solids. They have negligible intermolecular space. What do you mean by intermolecular space? Before you learn the intermolecular space, you should know what are molecules. We know atom. Atom is the tiniest particle of any element, and group of atoms are called molecules. And every matter is made up of molecules, and the arrangement of molecules differ from each state of matter. In solid, the arrangement of molecules are different, and in liquid it is different, and in gas it is different. Here let us learn the properties of solids, and the first point is solids have definite shape and fixed volume. So what gives the definite shape for a solid? It is because the molecules in solids are very closely packed. Here I have drawn the picture of, or a thing to show that how the molecules are arranged in solid, and it gives a definite shape and also volume to it. Here this molecules, these are all molecules, they are arranged very closely. They have been put very close to each other, and the space between each molecule is like this. The space between these two are very less, and because of the less space, the force of attraction from one particle to other particle, the force of attraction. What do you mean by force? Pull or push. So each particle will pull or push each other to move from that place. So when they are moving, that is, as there is no space in between them, that will just hit it and go back to its own place. So there is no space for them to move out of its boundaries. So it gives a definite shape and definite volume. So the arrangement of molecules, the intermolecular space between them is very less and the force of attraction is very high. This is the fact, and this makes the solid in a definite shape and also gives a fixed volume to that. And the density of solid is very high. Why it is very high? What do you mean by density? Density is mass upon volume. So this is the volume of this substance. And the particles, the matter which contained is called mass. So it contains large amount of mass. So the density is very, very high. So as the density is so high and it is in a definite shape and it is as it is closely packed, the density is very high. And the next point is a solid does not have fluidity. What do you mean by fluidity? Fluid. We know that water is fluid, and when we pour water in it, in the plate, it flows. It flows. So you know this, it flows in it. So this shows that the fluidity of water. When we show, I just want to show it, the flowing of water. So it flows. But if you take solid, here I have taken two solid in it, these are solid, and when you keep this solid, it does not flow. So it does not move. So fluidity is not there in solid. It does not have any fluidity. And solids cannot be compressed. What do you mean by compressed? When you compress, that means press it. Here it's a sponge and we know that it has a spacious and it is not so rigid, but it is a solid. When you compress, you can mold it in a different shape. By compressing, you can change the shape of it, but it will come back to its space, come back to its shape. So solid cannot be compressed easily as the molecules are very tightly packed and very closely packed. And the next point is solid expand on heating. If you take a candle and if you put it in a heat, in a flame, it starts melting and turns into liquid form. So solid expands on heating and changes into liquids. So this conversion of solid into liquid is known as fusion or melting. We call it as fusion or melting. So the melting point of ice and freezing point of water is 0. We all know that. So any matter, if you take any substance, if you take the melting point and the freezing point, melting, the other term for melting is fusion. The fusion point and the freezing point of any substance will be the same. So solids have definite shape, fixed volume, and do not flow. It does not have fluidity. It cannot be easily compressed, and when you heat any solid, it expands. When it expands, it converts to liquid, and that is called fusion or melting. And every solid has its own melting point and freezing point. The melting point and the freezing point of any substance will be the same. For example, we all know that water, when it freezes, it goes to, when the water goes to 0 degree, it freezes, and it melts also in 0 degree. So melting point and also freezing point of any substance will be the same. So these are the properties of solid. And the intermolecular space between the solid is very less, but intermolecular force between the molecules are very high. That makes the solid to be rigid. Rigid means in a fixed shape. It does not flow away because each particle will pull each other. Force means pull or push. Each particle will try to pull each other, but they cannot pull. As there is no space, it cannot move. It will be there in its own space. So it has a definite shape and also fixed volume. These are the points are related to properties of solid. So in the next class I will explain the properties of liquids and gas, and then we will move to the question and answer. If you want, you can write the properties of solid, all the points which are given in your book. You can copy it in your copy and learn it. And everyday lesson, follow and understand and try to by heart some of the points which you have to learn it. And you should learn every points of the lesson so that you can answer any type of question in your exam. Today we will stop here, children. In the next class I will continue the properties of solid.